Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's having a blessed day today. The sunshine glare behind me is a beautiful thing. It just lets me know that there are chances of me that I can actually shine and radiate for myself, and I can always bounce back from any issues that I have. And so could you. You know, I'm just glad that we got a brain, we got some sort of a mind that we can kind of coordinate things, and then we can kind of like figure something out in terms of decision making, and then we can try to strategize things all together. But you already know that life is going to hit you down, and it's going to be tough as well. So I'm blessed for the opportunity that we all have logic on top of reasoning, on top of emotions and feelings. Okay. Now, in case you didn't notice, people, life is difficult. It's very complex and it's very unpredictable. Now, you can't change this, but it's the nature of things, if you can understand. But you can always prepare yourself for the next unwelcome surprise. How? Well, by building this one thing that we all have within ourselves, because it's a trait, but we kind of use it, but we don't kind of use it only when the going gets tough. And what can that one trait be? The term is called resilience, okay? Now, resilience, it's kind of like you get knocked down and then you have that availability to get on your knees and get back up and do what you can. Truly, resilience is that availability and the ability to bounce back from life's inevitable disappointments, failures, and pains. And we all have them. I can give you an example of a way of being resilient. Now, let's say if cars didn't have shock absorbers, every ride would be a miserable experience. Now, do you ride through life without shock absorbers, that is? And that's that resilience would be the same thing. So without building resilience, your own internal shock absorbers, people, it's not possible to lead a happy and a productive life. Now, resilience is the opposite of fragility. Now, to become fragile, that means just about everything will upset you. Okay? And I'm going to tell you the truth. And if everything just about upsets you, you're going to spend a lot of time angry and hurt. And if you spend a lot of time angry and hurt, you're not going to be a happy person anyway. Now, here, I'm not focusing on like severe illnesses, the death of a loved one, or any crushed, life-changing event. In such cases, people usually need help to recover anyway. But for the most of us, such situations are rare, while the slights and disappointments of ordinary life are not. And for those, we're going to need resilience, okay? Well, how do you develop this resilience? How do you develop this courage, this energy, this motivation, this love trait, this attitude, this behavior of bouncing back? Well, I learned some things, and there's some suggestions I would like to give you from my experience of what I went through for resilience. And please listen, because it could probably help you. And at the same time, you can just think about things such as getting down and out and know what you can do to come back and learn and observe and apply to other people. The first thing you need to do, people, to have resilience is to get that perspective. You got to have a perspective towards yourself. Now, what I mean by that is kind of step back, and assess your situation as much objectivity, okay, as you can. Ask yourself, how bad is this problem? Now, have I overstated the problem? Sometimes the people I encounter and I talk to, when it comes to an unhappy occurrence, all the time, can be much more serious than it really is, because it's amplified by evoking a kind of a painful childhood issue. Most people that I talk to, often getting that perspective is as simple as asking yourself this one question: what's the worst thing that can happen? Now, usually you'll discover the worst thing isn't that bad. It isn't even that likely to happen. Now, you can compare the undeserved bad things that have happened to you with the unearned good things that has happened to you as well. Now, sometimes I ask people of their goodness, does it outweigh anything of their badness in their lives? And what they tell me is, well, they have to think about it. But it seems like the unearned good in their life far outweighs the undeserved bad. You know, it's like the ratio is 10 to 1, if you will. Now, for my own experiences, I can go on and tell you what I've been through, but it'll take all video to do that, and I'm not going to do that. But I'm pretty sure you go through the same thing in this. And in light of this, people, maybe things aren't so bad after all. Now, in fact, they're probably pretty good. Which comes to the next thing I want to tell you. You got to toughen up. You must toughen up. Life's going to hit you from all directions. Health, personal relationships, work challenges, family issues, right? To deal with them, you need to build up your mental toughness. Now, the earlier in life one starts the process, the better it will be for you. You know, that's probably why parents sometimes cuddle their children and protect them from every hurt and failure. And they're not doing them any favors. Not all the time. But those college kids, they provide students with those safe spaces as well, you know, from the experiences I went through. And to toughen up, you need to push yourself. You got to push yourself. And how do you know what you're capable of anything if you don't even do that? You know, when I was a child, I was shy. I saw myself as a physical and kind of a fragile in the mental state of mind. I got no problem telling you that. But you know, the grueling hours when I went to college after that I grown up and then being in the military of the experiences I've been through showed me I was much tougher than I thought I was. And you too probably do have more strength than you probably realize, okay? But what can you find out? Finding that strength, in my opinion, will probably give you resilience. Now, you must be an architect of your own fate. Although there are many times in life that we can't control circumstances, but there are very few times we can't control how we react to them as well. Okay? There are a lot of people I can tell you who've been through these tough times, but they knew and they found a way how to overcome it, okay? And that's where that pressure of becoming a very great person and appreciating life in a good sense comes into play. Please understand that. And just basically take an honest inventory of your life, okay? Make a real effort to discover how you have contributed to your own misery. You know, in other words, how many of those life speed bumps have you created? Because this will help you see the ability to change your life, which lies in as much as you in external circumstances, if it's externally available for you. You can avoid those behaviors that expose you for failure or difficulty, okay? Just focus on your power and not your helplessness. And the greatest power anyone can have, people, is the capacity to change. I'm going to say that again. The greatest power you can have on any level is the capacity to change. You can certainly experience happy moments without any resilience, okay? But to lead a happy life, this life here, it's essential to have it, okay? With that being said, this is Kurt Stride, signing off, Roll Tide, and I'm going to go ahead and handle my business in terms of the resiliency of my life. Share, like, subscribe to my page. Hopefully you can look more of these videos. Thank you very much. Have a blessed and wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, hey, we are going to go through some potholes. But the biggest crime, in my opinion, is not getting knocked down. The crime is not getting back up. You must get up. Teach these to your children. Teach these to your parents. Parents teach it to your children. Teachers teach it to your students. Okay. Loved ones teach it to your responsible spouses. But the most important thing is teach it to yourself as well. Resiliency will be the ingredient of what a beautiful and successful life you have. Because it's beautiful. Okay? And we must fight back. Okay, take care and have a blessed, wonderful day. Goodbye, everybody.